Rebel Volleyball is on.
What a barn burner we have here tonight. Rich leading 16-15, set and match point for the third time. Kendall Staple to serve. Staple down the line. Giles passes up into the net. A Crawford Trump in Randolph service ace.
The 2019 season starts a new chapter of Rich High Volleyball as coach Wendy Lamborn takes the reins and leads the Rebels onto the court.
It's stuffed. Epic recreation block of the game by Eliana Brown.
Crank up the volume and join us for Rich Rebel Volleyball.
Stacy back corner, perfect spot.
On Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Brown sets high and outside. Hatch hits down the line, back corner, she got it in there. And the Rebels win on a Bear Lake Realty kill from Sydney Hatch.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, the Come On In of Casper, by Auto Farm Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Plains Tire, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha of Cache Valley, and by mylocalradio.com.
The Eagles barely get to it, but it's stuffed. There's your epic recreation block of the game. Sage Tingy read that perfectly.
And now, Rich High Volleyball fans.
Wallenstein, a laser that hits the top of the net, rolls over the top and in. A fourth service ace in 5 serves by Allie Wallenstein.
Pull on your lucky socks, set your seat to full recline, and get ready to cheer on your Rebels as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan Steineckert.
Good morning and welcome, Rebel Volleyball fans, to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ and mylocalradio.com. This morning, the Rebels are at it bright and early, hosting the Westside Pirates. After Thursday night's loss at ICS, Rich looks to get back on the winning track with first serve scheduled about 25 minutes from now. We bring you the pregame show brought to you by the town of Randolph. The mayor, board members, and town clerk wish the Rebels good luck. We'll hear from the town of Randolph and then set the scene for today's match of Rich Rebel Volleyball on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home to the Rich Rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Good morning and welcome back to the Town of Randolph pregame show. We've got an exciting match for you this morning. Number one, it's this morning. It's a fun match, a rivalry that the Rebels have going with the Westside Pirates. This matchup has been happening on the football field for a long time until just this year. That rivalry ended. Rob Leifson here running camera here bright and early, as well as the JV team is in action currently. The Rebels won the first 2 sets, 25-15, 25-20, and Rich leads in set 3, 6-4, again in the JV match. But let's turn our attention to the scene set brought to you by Rich County 4-H, Rebels with a championship cause. No, that's Rich County government, also Rebels with a championship cause. Rich County 4-H is empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. And the Rebels were last in action Thursday night at ICS. A match that Rebels took the first set, then lost sets 2 and 3 by a total of 2 points each. Then Rich came back and won set 4, 27-25. And ICS took the fifth and final set, 15-12. And they can't get much closer in a loss. The points went extra, 2 different points in that match. In the second set and in the fourth set, The winning team scored 27 rather than the regular 25 points to win the set. And it's an interesting thing because if you look back at ICS's schedule, they lost a set against Duchesne, lost a set to Manila, and then even yesterday at a tournament in Wendover, the Manila Mustangs took a set from ICS. So not sure what's going on there, but the Rebels had a tough time on the serve receive and also finished with 19 service errors in the match, and that was a big problem for Rich. Another problem was ICS home court. The ceiling's so low, it gives them a home court advantage. The Rebels lost, I don't know how many handfuls of points to the ceiling. Balls, passes that were too high, that ricocheted off the rafters and dropped down at different angles than at what they went up. And so that was a problem Thursday night at ICS. We'll see if Rich can take advantage of not having that problem next Friday when ICS comes to town as part of homecoming week. This scene set is brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. So that's the last time Rich was in action, the loss 3-2 against ICS. And now I should mention, and I didn't even touch on it Thursday night, the Rebel freshman team played at the Utah School for the Deaf and Blind, and that counts as a region match. So Rich is 3-0 or 3-1 in region play with the win over USDB Thursday and then the loss against ICS Thursday night. Westside Pirates were last in action against the Bear Lake Bears this past Wednesday. And this is one that we'll look a little bit at carefully because Rich has also played Bear Lake this season. Excuse me, just battling a sore throat this morning and been battling it all week long, and it seems to have gotten, maybe it's because I'm having to talk earlier in the morning. We'll blame it on that. It's not that early, but that's what we'll blame it on. The Westside Pirates, last in action, lost 3-0 against Bear Lake. And I've got that wrong on if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. The schedule that was that's posted online at Idaho Prep Sports said they had played American Falls on Thursday. Now, they did play American Falls Thursday, but Coach Royer said she just played her JV in that match, and they lost 3-0. It was not a district match, so she wasn't worried about the win or the loss. Wednesday, when they played Bear Lake, she was worried about the win or the loss, but they lost in 3 straight. That was a conference or a district match, and so that dropped Westside to 0-1 in 2A Southeast Idaho play. The Pirates are 3-5 overall, and the only common opponent that we can find is Bear Lake. And now looking back, it was just 2 weeks ago, I believe, that Rich hosted Bear Lake on September 5th. And the Rebels had a barn burner of a match with Bear Lake. Rich served the ball very well. They didn't have a ton of aces in the match, but they took Bear Lake out of their game. Bear Lake, the Bears were not able to get the passing they wanted. Was that 15-5? I kept thinking, okay, we're at 15. I got plenty of time. We're going to go to 25, but no, in the JV, third set goes to 15. Rebels win in the JV. 15-5 in set number 3, a 3-0 win. Freshman action going on right now in the old gym. Now going back to the Rebels and their win over Bear Lake, they took the Bears out of their game because of the aggressive serving. Rich didn't have a ton of aces, but what it led to was Bear Lake didn't get a lot of good passes, which meant they didn't get a lot of good sets, which meant Chelsea Gunderson didn't get a lot of good hits or good attacks. And that was really what helped Rich earn that victory over Bear Lake a couple of weeks ago. Now, having said that, Bear Lake beat Westside earlier this week 3-0, but matchups play such a big role in this sport. And, you know, if we just go, well, this team beat that team and Manila took a set from ICS, so that means Rich should win. Well, that's not quite how it goes because teams play up differently. They prepare differently for different opponents. And Westside knows that the Rich Rebels are a good team. Coach Royer said she loves playing against Rich, whether it's here or at Westside High School, because she knows she's going to get a good opponent and a competitive match. Now, with that being said, Rich and Westside, this has not been all that competitive of a matchup over the last few years specifically. Now, Westside in 2007 won 2 sets against Rich, but in the history on our Lake Town ledger, the history that I can find, Rebels have not lost against Westside. And in the last 3 years, Rich has 9 set wins to Westside's 3. 3-1 victories over Westside is what the Rebels have over the last 3 years, 18, 17, and 16. That's in the 2000s. So Rich and Westside coming up here in just a few minutes. JV match in the books. The Rebels won in 3 straight. Varsity coming up in just a few minutes. Scheduled start time is 10:15. So in the meantime, we've got more of your pregame show. We'll hear from Coach Melinda Royer and Coach Wendy Lamborn of the Rich Rebels. This has been your Scene Set, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Stay tuned on the Town of Randolph pregame show. We'll be back to hear from the coaches right here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
In 4-H, we believe young people have the power and influence to improve the world around us. With hands-on learning and education programs, 4-H members pledge their head to clearer thinking, their heart to greater loyalty, their hands to larger service, and their health to better living. To learn more about 4-H in Rich County, stop by our office in the county building in Randolph or give us a call at 435-793-2435. 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show, brought to you by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. That was our Scene Set. Our pregame show is presented by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk. It's time for the Wendy Lamborn Coaches Show, presented by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Rebel JV team wins in 3 straight against Westside. It's Westside's homecoming. So the Pirates wanted to get this match done quick so the girls, I shouldn't just say the girls, so the kids could get back, prep for homecoming, do the day date. Do they still do that, Rob? The day date thing? I know that was a big deal when I was in high school. Of course, that's been just 3 or 4 years or more. But the Westside Pirates wanted to get done, get home, and to get to homecoming festivities. So that's why we have this match so early this morning. Town of Randolph pregame show continues. We'll hear from each of the coaches when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Weststar Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Weststar Printing, 307-789-5202.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
with Melinda Royer, head coach of the Westside Pirates. Thanks for your time, Coach.
Not a problem. Good to be here.
We get an early morning match. It's homecoming week for you guys?
Correct. Homecoming week.
So you want to get the girls back. They got to prep their hair and go out on the date.
Exactly. And for some reason, that's a priority to them.
Probably would have been for us 20 years ago or so.
Right. Correct. Yep.
Coach, tell me about your season so far.
So far, we've had a lot of fun. We've had kind of a rough start. We've had a lot of girls absent for different family reasons, and we've just had these last couple games where we've had our whole team together. So we feel like even though we're in the middle of the season, we're still kind of at the beginning, trying to start it off.
Tell me about yourself. I know this is your second year coaching Westside, but did you play volleyball growing up at Westside or where, and how'd you end up coaching?
Okay, so I grew up playing volleyball in Bear Lake, played my high school years there. My mom was an assistant coach there, Rhea Nelson, and then after high school, I went to Blue Mountain Community College in Pendleton, Oregon, played up at that school for a couple years, and then got married and had kids and moved back down to this area. My husband got a job in Preston, and I started working for Westside. I taught second grade there for a while, and then as my kids got older, started coaching. I coached in Preston actually for a couple years at the freshman level. Then I went to Westside and coached 8th grade, freshman, for a couple years, and then moved up to varsity last year, so it's my second year as varsity coach.
Tell me about who you bring back from last year's squad, varsity experience.
So we are a very young squad as far as experience. We have Summer Anger, Grace Turnbow, and Kenley Nance are my only returning varsity players.
What is this team doing well? What are you seeing positive so far this season?
So far this season, we've done well with serve receive. Our serving percentage has been pretty high. I've been working a lot on blocking because we're a fairly tall team. Blocking and hitting is what we've really been trying to focus on.
What do you feel like the team needs to get better at? Do you 3-4 coming into this one, 0-1 in your district?
Yes, we would really like to see our team play together as a team, work together, and be scrappy after the ball.
So growing up in Bear Lake and having coached at Westside, you know about the Rich Rebels a little bit, right, and their history. What are your expectations against Rich?
I love coming to Rich because you know you're going to face a good team every time. They have a well-prepared volleyball team ready to play.
Have you spent any time learning about this specific team, or is it I mean, you know the history and that's enough?
Yep, I know the history. I heard a little bit about their match with Bear Lake, and it sounds like it was a really, really good game. But that's about all I've heard about Rich so far.
Coach, is there anything else you want to touch on?
Just we're excited to be here, and we're ready to play some volleyball today.
Coach Melinda Royer, thanks so much for your time. Good luck with Rich and through the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach Royer. This is the Wendy Lamborn Coaches Show, brought to you by Stacy's Repair. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. Well, we're about 10 minutes away from the opening serve of today's match, so we'll take a quick break and be back to hear from Coach Wendy Lamborn here on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mountain Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mountain Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
With Wendy Lamborn, head coach of the Rich Rebel volleyball team. Coach, a tough loss at ICS on Thursday, a couple of nights ago.
It was a tough loss, but it was a battle. We did not end up with the most points in the end, but it was a pretty evenly fought match, so it could have gone in either way.
You can't win or can't lose by much less than that. A total of 7 points in the loss between the 3 sets, 2, 3, and 5. And your girls battled back. You had some opportunities to win. But how did you feel about the way you played?
We missed a lot of serves. We missed about 19 serves. That's pretty much a whole game, and it is the 5th game. So, and they missed 14 serves, so that's still kind of pretty even, but a difference of 9 points. So that could have been the game. I felt like the girls played pretty well. I think we got a little scared at a couple points and had to regroup. But all in all, I'm happy with the way they played.
They have a serious home court advantage with that low ceiling. That caused, in your JV especially, but it caused the varsity some issues too.
It did. It was hard. We're used to high 20-foot passes, and we had to try to pull those down, so that did affect us a lot. We lost a lot of balls in the ceiling, especially JV, but varsity a lot too.
Coach, last year when almost the same teams for you and for them, you guys lost to them 3-0 3 times. So a 3-2 loss, maybe if you're looking for some consolation, that's an improvement.
Definitely. I think, like I say, I think that game could have gone either way. We get to play them again this Friday, and hoping for a better outcome. But, we're pretty evenly matched, which is great. It's great to play that good of volleyball. The last rally in the 5th set was just unbelievable. I don't know if I've been in a rally that's been that long, so that was a fun match.
I was thinking the same thing. It kept going and going. It was like the Energizer Bunny.
It definitely was. It was kind of crazy. But I want to finish, and we got to practice that, and we got to figure that out. So, but we still need to finish in the end, and we still got the end to go. So.
That's something you've talked about since the season started, learning how to finish and matches like that. Even though you didn't win, do you feel like that helps you learn how to finish?
I do. It's some growing that we needed to do. It's some personality, things that sometimes we get a little scared, and we got to figure those things out. And, state's our outcome. So that's what we got to just keep battling towards that and keep playing hard. And I think it'll end up helping us in the end.
I know your focus has been on ICS, so what do you know about Westside? What have you prepared for with this morning's match?
We don't know a lot about Westside. I'm hoping that my girls can come off of a loss and get a win this morning. And we beat Westside last year, so I'm hoping that we can just have a really good match this morning.
Similar game plan as usual. Serve aggressive, try to score some points off of that, and get them out of their game.
It's exactly what we're trying to do. We just got to serve great. That's something ICS did really well, too. They served at us great, and we haven't had that a lot where we got that right back at us, and so that was good to see. It was good to have that, and a back row attack, and things that they did that just help us prepare better. So.
That's something, as you prepare for ICS next week, you'll want to have a better serve-receive, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think our passing was super hot, probably about 35%, so we got to just do better.
Coach, anything else we should touch on about your opponent this morning, the Westside Pirates?
Nope. Hope for a great match.
Coach Wendy Lamborn, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this morning.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks so much, Coach. You're tuned in to the Stacy's Repair Coaches Show. Need a repair? Take it to the ones who truly care. We're about 5 minutes from today's opening serve, and we'll be back with the starting lineups brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. Sunshine Staple. Also have the Town of Lake Town Ledger when we return on this Town of Randolph pregame show of Rich Rebel Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.com.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the Rich Rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
A cool morning. I had frost on my windshield this morning when I left Evanston at about 7:30. And see, look, we've even got a blanket down in front of us, one of the Rebel fans wearing a blanket, some hoodies and sweatshirts, and then Christopher Staple in his usual T-shirt, shorts, and sandals. Oh, Chris. Good times, good times. You're back on the Town of Randolph pregame show. Home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk of the Town of Randolph. Rebel freshmen 1-3, the varsity the JV 1-3, the varsity about to get underway. West side on the court going through its warm-ups. Kenley Nance takes a swing and a miss on a warm-up, and Nance, one of 3 returning starters for this West Side varsity team. You've also got Summer Enger, who's a junior this year. Nance, a senior. Grace Turnbow, a junior this year. One other senior on the team, and Alyssa Crouch. She was on the varsity roster last year, but didn't play a lot on the varsity squad. You know the Rebel history of starters back from last year's team. It's pretty much everybody. McKenna Stacy, Elizabeth Wallenstein, that's Allie, Kendall Staple, played some, didn't start last year. Sage Tingy, a big part of last year's team. JC Cornea, Ellie Brown, Sydney Hatch, all started last year. And, of course, Taya Peterson graduated, so she was the lone senior on last year's volleyball team. This Rebel volleyball team brings back a lot of experience, and they're hoping to grow on that this year and really be able to build on that to finish strong at the state tournament. Let's jump into our Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Town of Laketown. And taking a look at the history between these two teams, my records go back to the early 2000s for Rich Rebel volleyball. And during that span, the Rebels have taken on Westside 5 times. In the 2000s, the 04 and 07, Rich played Westside each of those years. And in 04, Rich swept the Pirates. In 07, the Rebels won 3-2. They've also renewed the rivalry the last 3 years, and this is going on a 4th year this season. In 2016, 2017, and 2018, the Rebels won 3-1, all 3 of those matches. They've gone back and forth, home and away for each of the teams. Last year we were at Westside. This year here at Rich, and the Rebels lead 5 wins, no losses against the Pirates in the last 16 years. That's your Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Town of Laketown. Good luck to the Rebels from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. A quick shout out to whoever's music playlist this is. You can't argue with a song like this, Led Zeppelin, going on there. I don't know if you saw the movie Thor Ragnarok, Rob. This song made that movie, in my opinion. It was fantastic. All right, personal music preferences aside, the Rebels and the Westside Pirates getting ready to take on each other this morning, and our starting lineups coming up in a moment will be brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. In case you missed it, last night Rebel football was in action at hosting the Layton Christian Eagles, and Rich scored first, led 6-0, but Layton Christian reeled off 26 unanswered points before the Rebels put one more touchdown on the board late, and the Eagles went away with the win 26-12. So Rich drops to 0-4 overall on the season, 0-2 in 2A North Region play. Some other games last night in 2A football, and this one, boy, this surprised me, this score. Not who won, but the score. Duchesne 62, Monticello donut. Big bagel, 0 on the board for Monticello. And I figured Duchesne would probably win that game, but boy, 62-0. North Summit blew out Gunnison Valley 41-8. North Summit is next week's homecoming opponent for the Rich Rebels here at Rich High School a week from yesterday. Kanab down south beat North Sevier 35-14. It was Milford over Enterprise 42-24. Milford bounced back from its big loss against Beaver a week ago. And Millard squeaked out a win over Parowan in overtime The Parowan Rams went for two and the win and failed. It was double overtime to be precise, and Millard, after destroying Monticello last week, the Millard Eagles took down barely the Parowan Rams in 2A South play. So Beaver stays on top of the South, Millard up there as well. And boy, some interesting matchups throughout the state in 2A football last night. Things are shaping up very interestingly around 2A football. And Rich Rebels, again, as I mentioned, will have a homecoming matchup with North Summit next Friday afternoon. It'll be a busy week with homecoming and all the festivities going on there. We'll talk about that during our post-game show in the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. We'll give you a rundown of the week later on during our post-game show. But games next week include the Rich volleyball team, the JV and varsity hosting Lyman on Thursday, and then the varsity volleyball team, JV and varsity, hosting Intermountain Christian School on Friday. And Saturday, the Rebel volleyball team is at Manila. So a full weekend of action for the Rebel volleyball team next week for homecoming week. Two of those matches at home, the one on the road at the Manila Mustangs. And it'll be a big week. Rebels will certainly have to work to improve their serve-receive and do better on that than they did Thursday night at ICS when they lost 3-2. One of the other issues, as we've mentioned a time or two, was the service errors. Rebels had 19 service errors in that match, and maybe the home court will make enough of a difference for the Rebels. Sure, and I'd like to encourage folks to come out and cheer on the Rebels that Friday night for homecoming. Now, if you're interested in learning more or getting a look ahead at what's happening next week for homecoming, you can visit Rich Schools. Is it Rich Schools or richschool.org? I think it's schools. Let me bring that up. Richschool.org, right? And you can get the full schedule of next week's homecoming. If you're watching online at mylocalradio.com right now, you can see the theme, Forever a Rebel. This is a preview of the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. We'll get back to that during our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Right now, we're just a minute or two away from the start of today's match. Coach Lamborn happy with some of what she saw Thursday night at ICS. And without looking too much into this, one thing is for sure, ICS brought back most of their team from a year ago that beat Rich 3-1 3 different times. Rich brought back most of their team that lost to ICS those 3 times. And Thursday night, a 3-2 loss. And I've said it a couple of times in the last few days that in a regulation volleyball match, the most you can lose by is 6 points. And in a combined, 3 sets, the Rebels lost by a total of 7 points because of a 3-point loss in the 5th set. And Rich had a chance in I think it was the 3rd set. The Rebels were ahead 23-21 and just couldn't get any more points on the board. ICS scored 4 straight. Actually, it was 23-20, and ICS scored 5 straight to earn the win, 25-23. That was a match changer. If Rich had won that one, who knows how things would have turned out differently. Well, this has been your Town of Randolph pregame show, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and town clerk of the Town of Randolph. I believe we're going to go we'll just take one more quick break, and for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance, we'll be right back with your Christopher Staple family starting lineups on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome back to Ridge High School for this morning's varsity volleyball match with Westside. The freshmen 1-3, the varsity or the JV 1-3. And it's time for your starting lineups presented by the Christopher Staple family. Wishing the Rebels the best. Sunshine Staple across the way over there in the yellow shirt. He wanted us to see what his shirt says, but Chris, I don't know if we should show it. Rob, you know Chris well. Should we let everybody see the shirt while we talk about the starting lineups? Varsity starters, libero is Madeline Barzy. This is Westside Pirates, the visitors. And setter is number 3, a junior, Summer Enger. Number 6, a senior, outside hitter, Alyssa Crouch. Number 9, a junior, opposite Kasia Fuller. A senior, number 11, Kenley Nance, middle blocker. As sophomore, number 13, outside hitter, Jessie Mariscal. And a junior, number 14, middle blocker, Emma Mariscal. Rebels starters brought to you by the Christopher Staple family. Number 2, a junior, McKenna Stacy. Number 10, a junior, and the libero is Sage Tingy. Number 5, a senior, Allie Wallentyne. Number 32, junior, J.C. Cornea. Number 35, senior, Eliana Brown. And number 45, a senior, Sydney Hatch. This is a team with potential, with a lot of athleticism, with great potential. When they're on their game, they can be fantastic. We saw McKenna Stacy had a couple of just monster hits on Thursday night at ICS. And with any high school team, the Rebel football team is dealing with the same thing. Consistency is something that the team is working toward and trying to be consistent with, just being at that high level of play throughout an entire match. And there are times, as coaches, we heard from Coach Lamborn say that the team gets down a little bit, they get nervous, they play a little flat-footed, things like that, and that causes some issues. That was one thing we saw against ICS. If I remember right, it was early in set 4. Now, Rich came back to win that set, but they got down 12-4 early on, and you could see the look of almost fear in their eyes, but they turned it around and came back. And that's one thing that Coach Lamborn really wants to see this team do, is stay confident and finish. Learn how to finish. That's been a focus of the team all season long. Well, our starting lineups were brought to you by the Christopher Staple family, wishing the Rebels the best. First serve offered by the Westside Pirates. Rebels return it with a soft touch attack. Westside sets it up high and outside and passes it over. Brown with a pass. Cornea to Hatch in the middle. Dug on the back line by Madeline Barzy, the libero. High and outside, Summer Enger hits low and into the net. 1-0 Rebels lead. Our beginning serve was brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea, call 435-779-0012. Allie Wallentyne serves to start the Rebels attack, and a double touch on the set by Westside gives Rich a 2-0 lead. Wallentyne serves again. Strong serve, received well. Summer Enger, the setter, sets it up high and right side, and the hitter, Jessie Mariscal, hits long and out. Rebels let it go. 3-0, Rich on top. Wallentyne delivers, received by the libero. Barzy, they pass high and then push it across. Nice push attack by Kasia Fuller. Rebels set it up, and Stacy's hit into the block, deflected out. Bear Lake Realty kill. 4-0 Rich leads. First set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Serve received, double teamed. 2 Westside Pirates there. They slap it across with the left. Rebels Wallentyne digs, and Rich has to just pass it over. Dump set into the hole. Nice little dump by Summer Enger. That's how a dump set is supposed to work. She saw the blockers moving off to the high and outside attack, and she just dropped it into the middle. Sophomore Jessie Mariscal to serve for Westside, wearing the road whites. Rebels in the home blues with white numbers, or home blacks rather. Blues down the sleeves. Stacy's hit, deflected, kept in the air, dug up, and hit across by Sydney Thane. Nope, not across. Into the net. 5-1, Rebels lead. Apologies on my hoarse voice and a bit of a cough. We'll probably have to deal with it throughout the morning. Sydney Hatch serves, back line. Barzy passes up front, right at the net, hit back row. Wallenstein digs, Brown passes, and Hatch has to pass it over. Barzy, great pass by the libero. Quick hit, Kenley Nance went up too early. The set was a little too high. A swing and a miss, much like Red Sox batters this year. Strike 3, point to the Rebels. I wish I could say much like Yankees batters this year. I guess they swing and miss or they swing and hit it deep. The Yankees clinched the AL East last night. 6-2, Rebel service is long and out. Service error number 1. Nance to serve. High rainbow. Stacy, good pass. Cornea high and outside from McKenna. Hit blocked. McKenna digs it. Stacy on the back line. Wallenstein, nice hit to the back row. Nance shanks it to the back wall. 7-2. AWOL with the Bear Lake Realty kill. Sends J.C. Cornea back to serve. J.C. received by Mariscal and hit into the net. 8-2. Westside having trouble on the serve receive. Rebels don't have an ace yet, but Westside has very few good passes. Here's another not good pass. Westside barely keeps it alive, and Mariscal passes it over. Long pass over. Rebels get a good pass. Stacy down the line, hits it long, just barely beyond the back line. Was it deflected? No, it was not. It was. They didn't. It was deflected, it looked like. I thought it was, too. I thought there was some kind of deflection, but the officials did not see it that way. And a service ace for the Westside Pirates. Madeline Barzy, the sophomore. No, that was actually Tylene Royer, a junior. Cuts the lead to 4. Stacy receives into the middle. The set by Cornea, high and outside. Stacy crushes it into the block. Bear Lake Realty kill puts the Rebels up 9-4. Service and a service ace. There's your first Crawford Trophy and Randolph ace. Stacy drops it down in front of the defense, and Coach Royer takes a timeout. We'll take one as well and be right back. First set is brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet.
This is Rich Rebel Senior, Allie Wallenstein, and you're tuned into Rich High School Volleyball on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com.
In Rich County, we know that our children are our future. Helping our kids grow into kind, productive adults is a community effort. This is Rolene Kennedy, Auto Farm Chevrolet's Rich County representative, serving my neighbors for more than 20 years. My kids are Rich High School graduates. When you need a vehicle, come and see me, new or pre-owned. I'll always treat you with respect and honesty, the Rich County way. Auto Farm Chevrolet, we're a community-driven dealer. Go Rebels!
10-4, Rebels with one service error, but also a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Freshman 1 in 3, JV 1 in 3. The varsity off to a good start. McKenna Stacy serving right to left, and she serves long and out. Service errors. So much, it's probably a lazy thing to do, but to compare it so easily with free throws, it's a mental thing. Players can hit 8, 9 out of 10 free throws in practice, and then you get into a match or into a game, service ace, 10-6, Westside within 4. Get into a game and you start thinking about it too much. Don't get that focus in. Silence as Sydney Thane, the junior, serves. Rebels good pass. Cornea high and right side. Brown's hit, stuffed. Ellie digs it. Cornea dump set, pushes it back. Set high and right side, looped up and into the net. Emma Mariscal had to go a long ways for it and just couldn't get a good touch. 10-11 to 6. Rebels lead by 5. Coach Royer mentioned her team has some good height. They're a mix. Barzy receives. They set it up. Mariscal hits back line. Staple lunges out, digs it up. Comprehensive family dental dig. Barzy, another nice pass. Set up, and Mariscal, a delay swing as the block came up, and by the time she hit it, the block was going down. That was an impressive play by Emma Mariscal. She's one of those taller players. Madeline Barzy, one of the shorter ones, serving. for West Side. Rebels set it up high and outside. Wallenstein back line, just long on the attack. 11-8, West Side. Oh no, a Rebel point. Was it? It was in the net. Oh, a player, a West Side Pirate. Thank you, Rob. In the net. I'm looking down to write the score down as the official gives the indication or the signal of what just happened. Ellie Brown serves straight down the line, received by Crouch, set it up, and Mariscal hits off the top of the net. No, that was Kenley Nance on the attack with the kill, 12-8. That hit topped the net and rolled to the floor. Summer Enger serving with the left, the southpaw. Brown receives the pass up at the net, and an easy touchdown for Kezia Fuller. 12-9, Rebels need a good pass. Anger serves again. Cornea high and outside. Wallenstein hits it through the block. Cross court, dug up by Crouch. Crouch gets the hit. Rebels touch, and 2 touches on the second touch. 12-10, Pirates within 2. Anger serves. Tingy receives. Rebels get a good pass. Wallenstein, roll attack to the back line. Barzy, good dig. Set up and touched into the net. Too soft by Jesse Mariscal this time. 13-10, Rebels lead. On the station on main scoreboard, Rich had jumped out to a 9-10-4 lead. West Side has climbed back in. Barzy receives. Anger rather, set, double touch on the set. 14-10. Wallenstein serves. We're back around in the rotation. And Mariscal hits from the right side. Nice attack. Rebels get a good dig and pass it over. Mariscal digs. Anger sets. A big left-handed hit by the outside hitter. Kezia, or the opposite hitter, Kezia Fuller. Rebels set it up in the middle, and Hatch hits long. Rich asks for a tip but doesn't get it. 14-11. Rebels lead by 3 rather. Set number 1 brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Serving is Jesse Mariscal. Great serve. Rebels McKenna Stacy goes to her knees and couldn't stop the slide as she kept it in the air but slid under the net and across the line. 14-12. Sophomore Mariscal serves into the net. Back line right into the chest of Madeline Barzy. She can't control it. 16-12, Crawford Truff and Randolph service ace. Hatch to serve again. A little bit of rotation on this one. Again, picking on Barzy. She makes a good pass. Mariscal dips it in. Or was that Kenley Nance? Might have been Kezia Fuller. I think it was Fuller. 16-13. She just touched it over into a hole in the Rebel defense right by the net. Nance serves. Stacy, good pass. Cornea high and outside from McKenna, and she hits into the net. It's deflected back out of bounds. Rebels hoping for a block call, but the blocker was the net. 16-14. Some discussion as the line judge said it was blocked out of bounds. The down official is going to go and discuss things with the up official. Was the net the blocker, or was it a Pirate who blocked that ball? From what I saw, it looked like the net, but it may have been touched by one of the Pirates. I think, we'll see. A point awarded to the Pirates. It was blocked by the net, and that puts the score at 16-14. Pirates earn the point. From what I saw, I think that's the right call. I thought that was what happened. Kenley Nance serves. Sage Tingy, good pass. Cornea high and outside. Stacy a few feet back from the net. Slips it across. Set up in the middle. Mariscal roll attack. It was Emma, the junior. Rebels set it up. Stacy is stuffed. Cornea after a nice comprehensive family dental dig by Sage Tingy. Mariscal tips it again. Brown able to dig high and outside to Stacy. Pushed down the line. One-handed by the Pirates. The second one-handed touch is past the net, outside the pole. 17-14. Rich earns the win. And there's some of that scrappy play the Rebels need to keep up. Is just keeping things alive and force the other team to make a mistake. Barzy receives The serve by J.C. Cornea from Rich. Big hit, way too big by Sydney Thane. That just about took out a Rebel cheerleader along the back wall. 18-14, Rebels lead by 4. J.C. Cornea serves again high. Rainbow back line drops in there. Perfect spot. And another Crawford Trough in Randolph service ace. That's a candidate for your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. That precision serve to the back corner fooled the Pirates. Barzy receives. Anger sets, and Thane hits with the left. Rebels dig. That was Wallenstein on the dig. Stacy hits. Barzy with a nice dig after a deflection on the block. High and outside they go. Rebels block. Epic Recreation block of the game. Pass back over. Diving dig by Tingy. Set up and hit opposite, and through the block goes Kasia Fuller. 19-15. Pirates climb to within 4. Into serve. Tylene Royer, I believe the daughter of Coach Melinda Royer. Tylene, a junior, serves with the right. Stacy receives, Cornea high, and in the middle, Staple slaps back line, another candidate for the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Staple flat-footed on that Bear Lake Realty kill. Just looked at the defense. Oh, that back corner's open. That's where she slapped it for the point. 20-15. Stacy serves. Barzy receives. Pass back behind the 10-foot line. Just tipped over by Mariscal. Rebels set it up, and Wallenstein drops it almost into the floor. On the other side, Anger does drop it into the floor for a West Side point. 20-16. Rebels up by 4. Back to serve goes Sydney Thane, a junior. Just 2 seniors on this West Side Pirates team. The rest juniors and sophomores for the varsity. Stacy, high serve receive. Cornea barely has to move. Right side to Ellie Brown, who cracks it cross court and in. Bear Lake Realty kill for Ellie. And the Rebels push the lead back to 5. 21-16 on the Station on Main scoreboard in this first set. Brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Kendall Staple with the left. Passed high by Alyssa Crouch. High and outside, they go to Mariscal. Rebels block it. Back to the Pirates. They tip it right back. Rich sets it up, and Brown dumps it over into the middle. Pirates dig, slap it across. Rebels dig, and Brown two-touch. She just mistimed her touch there and got it with 2 hands. 21-17. Rebels on top by 4. Barzy, a sophomore, serving. Brown, good pass. Cornea high and outside, and Sydney Hatch's hit a bit low into the net. 21-18. Rebels lead by 3. Barzy with the service. Tingy passes right up at the net. Cornea, nice move to tip it over and stay on the right side of the line. Big hit, Rebels dig. Good dig by Stacy. Comprehensive family dental dig. Rich touches it over. Nance pushes it back to the Rebels. Cornea from the middle, high and outside to Wallenstein. Cross court, cracks it in. 22-18. The precision play by Allie Wallenstein. She blasted that cross court and placed it perfectly. Ellie Brown serving low and in the net. Service error. 1, 2, 3 of the set. Rebels had 9 service errors in the first set at ICS Thursday. 3 so far here in this first set against West Side. Cornea receives. Hatch hits long and out. Was there a deflection or a tip? No. 22-20. Rebels up by just 2. Brown with a nice pass from her knees. Wallenstein hits, back line and in there. Boy, she blasted that one well. I said earlier that she hit one cross court and dropped it in on the line. That one even more so. From my angle, that looked like it was out. Awal serves, received, Anger passes, and Thane, no, that was Fuller who hits it across. Rebels touch it back, and the Pirates touch it back. Stacy hits it across, and a player in the net for Westside. Point to the Rebels. (24-20) Rebels lead, set point in this opening set of the match. 24-20. Opening set brought to you by Rolene Kennedy. Anger has to go to her knees for the second touch. Hit back corner. Wallenstein thought it would be out. She pulled hands away at the last second, and it drops in. So a first set very close between Rich and Westside. Jesse Mariscal, the sophomore, serving. Brown, good pass up to Cornea, high and outside. Stacy hits through the block. Barzy, a lunging dig, but the pass goes into the net, and the Rebels win set one, 25-21 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Again, this first set has been brought to you by Rolene Kennedy, Rich County's representative at Auto Farm Chevrolet.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown, and you're watching Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
No matter what you need to have printed, Weststar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Weststar Printing. Stop in today. Weststar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
The Rebels won the first set. 3 service errors. 3 service aces for Rich in that Rolene Kennedy set number 1. Set 2 is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson, with Secretary Lisa Bell. And our beginning serve of each set is brought to you by Town & Country Realty. Pam Cornea selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho, 435-779-0012. Westside had 2 service aces, just 1 service error in that first set. And here's your Town & Country Realty beginning serve. Wallenstein with a laser. Barzy receives, decent pass. They set it up and hit from the 10-foot line. Tingy, good pass, set up in the middle. Hatch hits, deflected by the block, dug up, passed, and Mariscal hits from the left side. Cornea high and outside for Stacy, touched. Mariscal was headed to the middle of the floor, and Stacy went the other direction to her left, to Mariscal's left, and found the floor for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Wallenstein with the service. Good pass up front. Anger dump set. Taylor McKee able to dig it for Rich, set up on the back line, and Wallenstein coming up to attack. Collides with Sydney Hatch. Service into the net. 2-1 Rebels lead. Just the third service error, second service error of the match for Westside. Their service has been fairly aggressive and very accurate. Very few errors. Sydney Hatch serving for Rich, long and out. Ties the score at 2. Rebel 1, 2, 3 service aces in the first set. Fourth service error of the match rather. Mariscal serving. McKee receives. Cornea sets high and outside. Stacy's hit, blocked, and the Rebels can't dig it up. 3-2. That block has been big on the high and outside. And that's some of that height that Coach Melinda Royer was talking about. Mariscal. Tingy receives. Cornea passes, and Staple has to pass it over. Almost finds a hole. Barzy digs. Set, and in the middle, Kinley Nance hits it into the nylon. Tied at 3. She hit it low. Second set brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Service by Cornea, a knuckleball. Set and hit in the middle. The Rebels block, dig out of bounds. 4-3, West Side retakes the lead. The Rebels led from start to finish in the first set. West Side climbed to within 1 or 2 a couple different times, but the Rebels never trailed. There was never even a tie in that first set, despite it being a pretty close set. Rebels high and outside for Stacy. Into the net, she hits. 5-3, Pirates lead. Rich needs a good pass. Nance serves. Tingy receives. Cornea in the middle. Double touch on the set. 6-3. Pirates. Tingy, Wallenstein, and Stacy set to receive the serve. And Nance goes at Stacy. McKenna, good pass. Cornea passes, and McKenna passes. Didn't get a great set, but maybe the pass was a little too low. Diving dig by Nance, roll attack. Tingy digs. Rich sets it up in the middle. Staple hits cross court, but it was deflected for a Bear Lake Realty kill as it and landed out of bounds, but the deflection on the block gives Rich the point. 6-4 Rebels trail in set 2, brought to you by the town of Woodruff. McKenna Stacy, running jump serve. Barzy, good pass, high and in the middle. Anger sets, and a swing and a foul tip by Kasia Fuller. 6-5. She just kind of flipped it off her fingertips and almost straight to the floor. Stacy to serve. Rich trails by 1. McKenna to Barzy. Good pass. Anger passes high and in the middle, and a big hit by Thane. Rebels dig. Diving bump to keep it alive by J.C. Cornea. Rebels pass it over. Passed back to the corner. Stacy keeps it alive with a diving comprehensive family dental dig, and Rich passes it over. Barzy's diving dig attempt over and out, tied at 6. Great effort by the Rebels, and gives Stacy a comprehensive family dental dig of the game. McKenna with a diving dig to keep that alive. Stacy serves. West Side out of rotation. Rich retakes the lead 7-6. There's that rotation spot. Thane and Mariscal switch spots around Barzy and get things worked out. Stacy serves. Crawford, Trough, and Randolph service ace. 8-6. Barzy received to the back wall. That hit the Plains Tire banner, one of our sponsors here on the broadcast. Mariscal passes high. Anger dump set. Bear Lake home and investment expert takes us to a timeout, and we'll take one as well, brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown, and you're watching Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
When you enter the city limits of the town of Woodruff, the sign welcomes you to a place with the coldest temps and the warmest hearts. Settled in 1870, we celebrate the values of kindness, compassion, and friendliness, knowing a community's greatness may best be measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Mayor Scott Savy and council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell welcome you and say,
Go Rich Rebels!
During that break, we're just discussing with a few of the fans around me, where's the Rebel student section this morning? Sleeping, watching the middle school football game, at home doing chores, maybe making breakfast for mom and dad. Probably the more likely scenario. A little bit of Saturday sleep in. Rebels lead 9-6. McKenna Stacy serves. Barzy, good pass, high and outside. Anger looks, and a big-time cross-court hit by Emma Mariscal, but the angle off, and she hits right where the student section should be. 10-6, Rebels get the point. Stacy, strong service. Another Crawford, Trough, and Randolph service ace as Barzy couldn't make a good pass of it. She's serving like right at Barzy's chest level, high arm level, which is a tough spot to receive. Mariscal passes this time, angered back set, and Fuller slaps it across with the left hand. Rebels set it up for Staple. Back corner hit too long and just out of bounds. And the Pirates get back to within 4, 11-7. That was a nice Rebel run. Rich was down 6-3 and an 8-1 run by the Rebels. That was actually an 8-0 run from down 6-3 to up 8-6. Service error into the net. Thanks, Rob. 12-8 to make it 12-7. If I can add 1 point to the right team correctly. Kendall Staple serves. Oh, what a beauty. That one, my goodness. Pretty serve by Kendall Staple. That was a big freaking ray of sunshine right there. 13-7, a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace by Staple. It barely cleared the net, and then it just died. Another 2 in a row, Crawford Trough and Randolph service aces. Almost no. Westside barely digs it up. Set up, and Wallenstein hits, deflected by the block, dug to the ceiling by Barzy. Mariscal passes it over. I spoke too soon. Stacy, good pass up front. Back opposite hit to Eliana Brown. Her hit almost found the floor, but a Pirate in the net. 14-7. Westside played it off the net. Thank you. On that, what I thought was going to be a second consecutive Crawford Trough and Randolph service A. Staple serves. Barzy barely keeps it alive. It's passed out to the sideline, and diving effort. Boy, that was fantastic effort by Tylene Royer, but she just could not keep it alive. Diving almost into the bleachers. Kendall Staple serves again. Boy, she's on today. Poor set, poor pass. Good set. Hit down the line and in. What an attack by Sydney Thane. The pass from the setter, Summer Anger, was like a bump pass rather than a traditional set. But Thane from the 10-foot line just crushed it to the back corner right down the line. Thane serves. Brown passes up at the net. Cornea tries to keep it alive, but Jessie Mariscal uses her height to go up and over, put a lid on it, and give the Pirates the point, 15-9. Thane serves again with the right hand. Back line, Tingy passes straight in the air. Cornea passes, and Stacy just has to pass it over. Just gets it across the net. Anger sets high and in the middle, hit into the block. Emma Mariscal with the kill. 15-10, Pirates within 5. The height of these two Mariscals, plus Kenley Nance, who's not right now on the floor, and then Sydney Thane, about the same height as the Rebels' Sydney Hatch. Thane serves into the net, 16-10, following the service error. Second set is brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Rebels won the first, 25-21. Brown with a strong serve. Good pass. Anger sets high and outside. Mariscal stuffed. Epic Recreation block of the game. 17-10. Rebels lead. Epic Recreation for all your rentals in Bear Lake. Whether it's down on the lake or up in the mountains. EpicRecreation.net. Brown with a laser serve. Overpassed. Hatch hits it back down. Pirates dig it up and pass it over out of bounds. Point to the Rebels. And that right there goes back to Eliana Brown's service. That's what I've talked about in the Rebel wins against Bear Lake and others. The service doesn't result in an ace, but the opponent doesn't get a good pass, and then Rich gets the point. Brown serves just long and out. Service error, 18-11. The Rebel lead dips to 7. That's just the second service error of this second set for the Rich Rebels. 25-21, Rich took the first set, and Rich leads in the town of Woodruff second set, 18-11. Beautiful serve, McKenna Stacy, a diving serve receive. Hatch touches it, diving dig by Alyssa Crouch. Back to Rich, Rebels set it up to Wallenstein, hit cross court, Bear Lake Realty kill. Crouch got a fingertip on it, but couldn't keep it in the air. And Wallenstein finding the spot. That's what Coach Lamborn's talking about when she wants her hitters to finish, finding different ways to hit rather than just swing hard. Wallenstein finds the spot and with some power. Stacy crushes it. Big dig by Crouch. Slapped into the bottom of the net by Anger. She just mistimed it. And the Rebels lead climbs to 9, 20-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard. here in the town of Woodruff second set. Coach Royer wants a timeout, doesn't quite get it in time. Rebels serve, set up. Nance hits cross court, nice roll attack. Rebel block was right in front of Nance, and she hit it with a roll to her right side into the middle of the court. 20-12 after following that kill for Bear Lake. Service by Summer Enger, the junior with the left hand. Rebels set it up, and Stacy hits from about the 10-foot line. Dug up, set, and hit by Fuller into the Rebel block, an Epic Recreation block of the game. Send Sydney Hatch back to serve. Sydney with 31 aces this season. I'd give her that. That won't quite count as another one because Mariscal touched it a second time, but pretty close. 22-12, Rebels lead. We'll take a quick timeout and be back. Timeouts are brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Kendall Staple. Thanks for tuning in to Rich High Volleyball on KADQ FM 98.3 and MyLocalRadio.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Walletines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Walletine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by CAD Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at CAD Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom, and in life.
Go Rich Rebels!
Sydney Hatch serving into the net short. A fourth service error of the set. 22-13. Rich 3 points away from winning the town of Woodruff set number 2. Mariscal, this is Emma with the service. No, this is Jessie with the service. Rebels set it up. Staples hit past the block. Top of the net, rolls over. She gives a look like, wow, I can't believe that one found its way home. 23-13. Kendall Staples, a fun one to watch her facial expressions. JC Cornea serves. Received by Barzy. The Pirates set it up and hit from the middle. Thane hits long. That was actually Fuller with the hit long and out. Set point Rebels 24-13. Hard to believe that Westside early in this set was on top, 6-3. Cornea. What a knuckleball. That ball, no rotation on it. And the Pirates double touch on the set. 25-13. Rebels win in the second set. Brought to you by the town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Sabey, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. Rebels lead 2-0 with third set coming up on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Yeah, let's do. We've got a second. Let's do a quick Bear Lake Realty fan cam. There's the Rebel student section. It's filled out quite a bit since earlier. Aaron Cook was sitting over there all by himself. There's Kendall Staple, just one big freaking ray of sunshine. He's got more unique T-shirts than anybody I know. Rebel fans across the way. Bear Lake Realty, including, there's Gary and Amber McKee right there. Bear Lake Realty is your Bear Lake home and investment expert. Buy a home, rent it out so it pays for itself. You can enjoy it some of the time as well, and soon you have your own home in beautiful Bear Lake. The experts at Bear Lake Realty can show you how. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Call them at 946-8888. That's 435-946-8888. Or stop into their office in Garden City or Montpelier, Idaho. We'll be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Back for set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. We'll catch you up here in a second. We're in the Rebels have scored a point. J.C. Cornea sets high and outside. Stacy crushes it too long, tying the score at 1. Was it deflected? No, it was not. Westside had the Town and Country Realty opening serve of set number 3. Rebels set it up nicely, and Wallenton hit cross court, got a deflection by the block, and dropped it in right in front of the net for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Rebels served, and Westside returned it well. Rebels serve, receive at the net. Cornea keeps it alive for the moment, but Westside earns the point. 2-1 Pirates here in this third set. Again, brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. Jesse Mariscal serves for Westside. Rebels receive. Stacy's hit, blocked. Tingy can't quite dig it up. 3-1. Rebels took the first, 25-21. The Rebels came from behind, went on an 8-0 run after being down 6-3 and won set 2, 25-13. Stacy, perfect pass. Cornea high and outside for McKenna. Touches it down the line of the net and just a little too soft. 4-1. Pirates lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Mariscal serves. Stacy diving serve receive. Keeps it alive. Cornea dump set. Anger high and outside. Big hit by Thane into the net. She misfired. 4-2. Rebels down. But with the service, Sydney Hatch steps back to serve, a team leading 32 aces this season, including 1 or 2 in this match. Not an ace, but pretty close, and the Pirates don't get a nice attack. Rebels set it up. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. Hit off the block and deflected. Anger has to pass. And the set way outside. Third touch will not get over the net. That set by the player other than the setter just wasn't on target. Rich climbs to within 1. 4-3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Sydney Hatch serving. Sydney with a strong serve. Barzy receives. Anger high and in the middle. Touched by Fuller. Two-handed over the net. Rebels dig. Set. Staple hits. Back line. Barzy lunging dig. Keeps it alive. Pass to the back line. Wallenton bumps up front. Or passes. Nice one to Cornea. Staple hits again. Dug, and passed over the net. Brown, perfect pass to Cornea. High and outside. Stacy hits it down the line. With one blocker there, McKenna could just pick her spot, and she found the back corner for a Bear Lake Realty kill. 4-4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. The Rebels have tied it up after being down 4-1. Hatch serves just long and out. 3-0 run comes to an end on a service error. The Rebels' 7th service error of the set, or of the match rather. Kinley Nance serving for the Pirates. Slaps it across. Brown digs at, or passes up at the net. Cornea taps it over. Westside cracks it down. Annie Peart with the dig. Set up, and Stacy hits it cross court. Doug Anger sets in the middle. Mariscal cross court. Brown swing and a miss. 6-4. It was in a funny spot. She had to turn and try to hit a ball that was high, about shoulder level, and just couldn't quite get hands up quick enough. 6-4, Westside leads. Nance with the service. Goes at Annie Peart. A diving serve receive. Cornea tips it over. Overpass to Wallenton. Rebels set it up high and outside. Stacy crushes it right at the block. Westside digs it up, and Mariscal hits, but Staple is there for the epic recreation block. That was a precision play of the game brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services. Staple. Boy, she got up, stuffed it down to the floor. Barzy diving. Serve, receive, and Westside passes it over. Dump set by Brown is in. Ellie with the dump set for a Bear Lake Realty kill. And that ties the score at 6. I don't think that actually goes in the books as a Bear Lake Realty kill because 2 players touched it, but counts the same on the scoreboard for a point. Cornea, beautiful serve, and Anger barely gets it over. Stacy on an overpass goes up and knocks it down. 7-6, Rebels lead on the Station on Main scoreboard. Cornea serving again. Overpass is out of bounds. Peart was right there to play it, but Annie knew right where she was and let it drop. That's as good as a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Cornea serves again. Mariscal, good pass. Anger high and outside for Emma Mariscal. Hit cross court. Peart with a dig. Cornea high and outside for Stacy. She's blocked. Digs it up, and Brown passes it over. Anger back set. Slapped by Fuller. Rebels dig, set it up. Staple again to the back corner, and Kendall with a Bear Lake Realty kill. She just slugged that to the back line and dropped it in perfectly. Kendall with a handful of Bear Lake Realty kills in this game. All very fine. High pass. Anger goes high and outside. Mariscal cross court. Stacy with a comprehensive family dental dig. Wallenstein hits long and out. 9-7. Comprehensive Family Dental. Dr. Sean Grohl, quality family dentistry since 1997 with 2 offices to serve you better. One in Hiram, Utah, and one here in Randolph, just up the street. Tylene Royer serving with the right hand for Westside. Left to right, we're in the 3rd set, and the Rebels lead 9-7. Staple, another Bear Lake Realty kill. She hit it into the block. It rolled over the hands and to the floor in the back corner. McKenna Stacy serves for Rich. In the Rich County Government 3rd set, Stacy just about an ace, but Barzy able to dig it up. Set high and hit. McKenna Stacy, another comprehensive family dental dig. Wallenstein, roll attack, dug up, set high and in the middle. Mariscal misfires her attack and hits it into the net. 11-7. Rebel lead climbs to 4. Stacy's serve, a little short. Second service error of the set. 11-8. Rebels lead. Service by Thane. Rebels get a good pass, but the set a double touch. 11-9. Pirates within 2. Sydney Thane, a junior. Serves with the right. And a strong one. Peart receives. McKee high and outside. The set too close to the net, and Wallenstein tried to pass it over, but she couldn't get underneath it quick enough. That set just way too close to the net. So Thane will serve again with the Pirates down by 1. Stacy passes up front. McKee better set this time to Staple, who touches it across. The dig goes under the net. Another Bear Lake Realty kill for Kendall Staple. (12-10). Staple just tapped that one in. Serves a almost Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace. Westside keeps it alive barely. Peart slaps it across, dug up, set high and outside. Mariscal down the line. Stacy, comprehensive family dental diving dig. Wallenstein hits it across. Mariscal keeps it alive. Crouch and then tapped over. Staple, a lunging dig. Cornea keeps it alive. Peart pushes over the net. Anger sets high and outside for Mariscal. Crushed down the line and in. Just barely in down that line. A nice hit by Jesse Mariscal, the junior. Madeline Barzy. Serving for the Pirates. Tingy, good pass. Cornea high and outside for, or not Cornea, but McKee high and outside. Wallenstein's hit stuffed, and the Rebels can't dig it up. That ties the score at 12 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Barzy to serve again. Rebels with McKee, Peart, and Wallenstein up front. Brown, Tingy, and Stacy on the back line. Rebels set it up, hit, and into the net. A West Side Pirate gives the Rebels the point and the lead back, 13-12. Brown to serve. Ellie, what a pretty serve, no rotation. Anger high and outside for Nance. Off the top of the net, Wallenstein digs. McKee sets in the middle, and Peart tips it over with the left hand. She just taps it right over the net. Little tap, tap, taparoo, and the Rebels lead 14-12. Brown serving right to left, and a Crawford trough in Randolph. No, not quite. Anger got a second touch on it, but didn't get it off the hardwood. Almost a Crawford trough in Randolph service ace. Rebels lead 15-12, taking us to a timeout here in this Rich County Government third set. Timeouts are brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all your propane needs, 435-793-4208.
This is Rich Rebel Senior Eliana Brown, and you're watching Rich High School Volleyball on Rebel Radio and MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Rebels took the first two sets, 25-21, 25-13, and Rich leads 25-12 in set number 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Ellie Brown serves, Barzy receives, passed and set high right side, opposite to Mariscal. Rebels dig it up, Wallenstein touches it. That's about all she could do with that set that was real close to the net. Great adjustment by AWOL to drop it in for a Bear Lake Realty kill. Brown serves again. Strong, too strong, a little bit long. 16-13, service error. Number 3 for the Rebels in this third set. They've had 3 service errors in each of the sets so far. Serving is the libero. No, not the libero, the setter, Summer Anger. Good pass by Brown. Rebels set it up. Wallenstein hits, deflected by the block. Barzy digs, high and in the middle. Kinley Nance touches across. Tingy diving dig, but the Rebels can't keep it up. 16-14. Pirates coming out of the timeout. Scored 2 straight. Anger to serve again. She's a southpaw with the left hand. Brown, good pass. McKee doesn't have to move. Wallenstein hits back corner, just long. Was it deflected? Rebels ask for that and get it. 17-14. Anger was ready to serve, and the officials had to blow the whistle, say no, there was a deflection. Point to the Rebels. 17-14 after that Bear Lake Realty kill from Wallenstein. AWOL serves and just clears the net. A pass at the net. Peart goes up. I don't know if she touched it. That serve receive was not good. I'm going to call that a Crawford trough in Randolph service ace. And the Rebels lead pushes back out to 4. Wallenstein serves again. Mariscal receives. Anger high and outside. A long serve to Fuller. Rebels barely keep it alive. Long pass. Brown gets it over the net. What a pass by Eliana Brown, and Nance hits into the net. 19-14, precision play of the game. Ellie Brown from just about at the concession stand. She was grabbing some nachos and hit the ball over the net. Allie Wallenstein serves. Anger with the set, big hit by Fuller. Wallenstein digs, high and outside. Stacy hit, blocked, Stacy digs. Rebels set it up in the middle this time. Peart blocked, and Taylor McKee digs. High and outside again. Stacy cross court, dug up out of bounds. 20-14, Bear Lake Realty kill. Wallenstein serves just wide. She's going cross court from away from us toward us, right to left from her angle. and just missed wide. 20-15. Rebel lead at 5 with Jesse Mariscal serving. Rebels won the first 2 sets. We're in set 3, brought to you by Rich County Government. Peart hits cross court. Barzy, nice dig on the back line. Anger passes to the back, and Mariscal pushes over. High and outside. Stacy wops it down the line. 21-15 on a Bear Lake Realty kill from McKenna Stacy. Excuse me on the cough. Annie Peart to serve. She provided a nice spark for the Rebels to come back, and her serve is an overpass. McKee goes up, tips it down with 2 hands, and Pirates can't dig it up. Not quite a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace, but pretty close. Peart serves. And that not a Crawford Trough and Randolph service ace, but the Pirates don't control it. Ends up in the Rebel student section, and the Rebels are 2 points away from a 3-set sweep of the West Side Pirates. Last time Rich swept West Side was in 2004. Barzy receives and gets it back with a slap over from the 10-foot line. McKee high and outside. Stacy cross court in there. Bear Lake Realty kill. Perfect spot by McKenna Stacy, and the Rebels have set point. Make sure to stay tuned for our Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show, including the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital post-game highlights and stats, and the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Peart serves. Barzy, better serve receive this time in the middle. Fuller hits. Wallenstein digs it up. Brown passes toward the front, and McKee passes it over. Barzy, perfect pass. Anger, dump set. Peart diving dig. McKee taps it over, and Fuller slaps it back to the Rebel corner and in. 24-16. Had a nice comprehensive family dental dig by Annie Peart. She dove down to get underneath it. Set and match point Rebels. Kenley Nance serves. Brown pass up front right at the net. McKee keeps it alive after it was tipped down. Rebels set it up high and outside, and Stacy slaps it with the left hand. Punched into the net by Fuller. The Rebels win. Or was Rich into the net? No. 25-16. Rich wins in 3. Freshman 1 in 3. JV 1 in 3. Varsity wins in 3. 25-21, 25-13, and 25-16. This third set has been brought to you by Rich County Government. Rebels with a championship cause. We'll recap the match, tell you more about it when we return on the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Rich with the win over West Side improves to 8-5 overall this season. Be right back on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Established in 1870, Randolph, Utah is home. Home to the rich rebels, to hardy people of high character, and to values of dedication, honesty, hard work, education, and respect for self and others. Randolph is also home to friendly folks who love their families, their town, and their neighbors. Count yourself a neighbor whenever you visit Randolph, Utah. Mayor Lynn Weston and the Town Council of Randolph wish the rich rebels good luck and invite you to visit anytime.
Cattle Company post-game show. The Rebels wrap up a 3-set sweep of the West Side Pirates. Let's get some details on that in the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. And if you haven't had your 30-second sandwich with some hot peppers on them, they're fantastic. Ooh, those hot peppers. I can't get enough of them. You can buy a jar of hot peppers. It's a huge jar. I don't think it would fit in my fridge, but they've got them at Jimmy John's. The Rebels hosting West Side Pirates on a Saturday morning. West Side celebrating homecoming, so they wanted to get the match done and get home to celebrate their homecoming dance and more. So an early morning match for the Rebels, and Rich jumped out to a 10-4 lead right out of the gate. in the first set and never looked back. Rich had 3 service aces in the first set, including aces by 2 by McKenna Stacy and others. And Rich won the first one 25-21 in what ended up being a fairly close first set. In set number 2, the Rebels were down 6-3. And then Rich went on a run, 8-0 to go up 11-6, and never looked back from there, winning set 2, 25-13. In the third set, again, Rich was down early, 4-1, but a 3-0 run tied the score. Rich gradually pushed that lead out little by little. It was tied at 12, but then from there, it was all Rebels. Rich outscored the Pirates 13-3 down the stretch to finish with the win. Eliana Brown had a just fantastic hustle play, just about going out the door to keep things alive, and it was a good teamwork because Wallentine just about went out the door, and then Brown just about went out the door and passed it from that back corner all the way over the net, just barely cleared it. A pretty play, and the Rebels went on to win 25-16 to sweep the Westside Pirates in 3 straight. Rebels improved to 8-5 overall ahead of next week's games. Thursday, hosting USDB and Mount Vernon and Lyman. And then Friday, hosting ICS. Saturday at Manila. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's, gourmet sandwiches, fresh and fast, every day, 113 Front Street in Evanston. Stay tuned. More of the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show continues after the break. We have the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights and stats and the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
As the hospital closest to Bear Lake, professional medical care is always available at Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. As a full-service hospital, Bear Lake Memorial offers an emergency room that's open 24/7. They treat patients of all ages. Other professional services include physicians' clinics, assisted living, home health services, counseling, dialysis, physical, occupational, and speech therapy, orthopedic care, and skilled nursing. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care. Back on the Mound Valley Cattle Company postgame show. Time for some postgame highlights and stats. The Rebels with a 3-0 sweep of the Westside Pirates. Rich took the first set 25-21, second set 25-13, third set 25-16. And that first set, despite being a close score, Rich won by just 4 points. It did not feel like that close of a set. And the second and third sets more indicative, more illustrative of how this match really went. Rich fairly dominant, a 3-0 win. This postgame highlights and stats are brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Rebels finished with 10 service errors. That's a fair bit lower than the 19 they had Thursday night at ICS. 7 service aces. I think they took a little bit off it, trying to be a little less aggressive. But they still did enough service-wise to force a lot of bad passes, which obviously, if you know volleyball in any way, a poor pass leads to a poor set, maybe not even a set at all, but just a pass and then a pass over. And that was a big key in today's match. The Rebels' service, Coach Lamborn considers the serve her first attack, and the team has really bought into that. They're doing a good job of that and got to keep it up. Rebels, as I mentioned, 7 service aces in the match. Westside, just 4 service errors and just 2 service aces. Rebels had some nice runs there. They were down 6-3 in the second set, went on an 8-0 run. They were down 4-1 in the third set and had a critical 3-0 run, and then finished that third set on a 13-3 run to earn the victory. Again, 25-21, 25-13, 25-16. That's your Bear Lake Memorial Hospital postgame highlights and stats brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. The McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision Play of the Game. We had a number of kills by Kendall Staple, the daughter of Sunshine Staple. Right. Chris is standing to my right here wearing the big yellow big freaking ray of sunshine. I love it. But Kendall had some nice kills, and with Kendall, it's always she doesn't go up and get big, strong, powerful hits most of the time, and most of her sets are low or medium sets. But the precision, the placement of those is fantastic. But I have to give the precision play to Eliana Brown. The Rebels were scrambling a bit. They had a pass on a big hit, the dig that went back toward the back wall, and then I think it was Wallenstein who pretty much went out the door to keep the ball alive, and then Brown from about 12 feet past the back line, passed it over her head, just barely cleared the net. Westside did not get a good pass and hit it into the net for a Rebel point. And that was your precision play of the game, brought to you by McKay Frankham Dental Services. Dental care at reasonable rates for the whole family. Comprehensive family, or McKay Frankham Dental Services at 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1. All right, we'll take one more quick break, and then we'll be back with the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar here on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Eddie and Todd Jensen, owners of Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, are proud to support the Rich High Rebels in creating their own path and leaving a trail of success in athletics and in activities, in education and in life. Serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997. Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
A 3-0 win for the Rebels over the Westside Pirates. Rich sweeps Westside for the first time since 2004. They've allowed Westside to take a set each of the last 3 years, and a 3-2 win for Rich in 2007. Welcome back to the Mound Valley Cattle Company post-game show. Let's look at the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar, and let me switch this graphic a little bit. Looking ahead to the rest of today, there's an 8th grade football game here at Rich High School against, I think, Mountain View. Rich Rodeo Club is in action today down in Cedar City. Looking ahead to next week, it's homecoming week. We'll give you some more details on that in just a bit. But some of the sports action, the games going on. Rebel freshmen on Thursday will host USDB. And if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com, you can see all this information on the Western Ag Credit Roundup calendar. Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture. The Rebel freshman sophomore team will then take on Mount Vernon, also on Thursday, and then the JV and varsity will host the Lyman Eagles. Interestingly enough, those first two matches count as region matches, but are far less competitive than what Rich will have in the varsity match against Lyman. And we'll cover the varsity, the Lyman match. We may do some bonus coverage of the JV against Mount Vernon, depending on how things work out on Thursday afternoon and evening. But we'll for sure have a pregame coverage starting at 7:15 as Rich takes on Lyman. Also on Thursday, the Royals volleyball team, the Rich Middle School Royals, host Kemmer, and that's at 4 o'clock. Looking ahead to Friday, Rebel football hosting North Summit. Rebel volleyball hosts ICS, and the Rich Rodeo Club is at the Grantsville Rodeo Friday and Saturday. Looking ahead to next Saturday, the Royals take on Mountain View and Lyman in both football and volleyball. Rebel freshman is at the Lyman tournament, the volleyball team, and then also next Saturday, the Rebel volleyball team plays out at Manila, make the trip down to the Gorge and take on the Mustangs. Also, we want to mention today the Wyoming Cowboys are in action, back on the road at Tulsa, and you can tune in live here on KADQ. Pregame starts in an hour from now at 12:30 with a kickoff at 1:30 as the Pokes look to improve to 4-0. Well, the homecoming week is next week, and the theme, Forever a Rebel. And some of the things going on: Monday, September 23rd, Home Run Day; Tuesday, the Disney Day; Wednesday, Home on the Range; Thursday, House Party of the Decade; and Friday, This Is Our House. If you want to see a full schedule of that, you can check out richschool.org. There's a full schedule of activities there on richschool.org. That will wrap up our Roundup calendar, brought to you by Western Ag Credit, a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Their food drive is going on now, the Farmers Feeding Families food drive. And when you donate, Western Ag Credit will match, I believe it's 50 cents per pound of food donated. So stop in at Western Ag Credit at, they're in Evanston, 848 Front Street. That'll also wrap up our post-game show, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company, Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. For this morning's videographer, Rob Leifson, and our producer, Preston Bush and Alyssa Bell back in the studio, I'm Ryan Steineckert. Don't miss our next Rebel broadcast Thursday when Rich hosts Lyman. Until then, we'll talk with you again soon. Go Rebels.